Well, turning to the situation in Lebanon now. Thousands of frustrated protesters have taken to the streets of central Beirut. They blame the country's leaders for Tuesday's deadly explosion, and they're demanding justice. At least 158 people were killed in that blast, more than 6,000 injured, and dozens are still missing. International aid is now being rushed into Lebanon, including from Canada. But as Mike Drolet explains, Ottawa is not giving that money to the Lebanese government.
Days after an explosion shook Beirut, protesters took to the streets to vent their anger. Police shot tear gas into large crowds trying to get to the parliament buildings. Undaunted, the protesters broke into the foreign ministry, where they symbolically burned a picture of Lebanese President Michel Aoun. This woman said they'll never forgive the government for their negligence. It was last Tuesday that a warehouse filled with ammonium nitrate blew up. Aoun has rejected calls for an international investigation, saying Lebanon would handle the matter itself. Canadian officials were careful with their words, but their actions spoke volumes. No money will be sent to the Lebanese government. Instead, aid will be funneled to organizations Canada trusts.
And what we are focused on right now is responding to the emergency at hand.
Lebanese Canadians have opted for a similar approach. A group of labor organizers are encouraging people to donate to specific charities like the Red Cross with proven track records.
Essentially bypassing the state, because you really don't want to give legitimacy to a lot of these state actors and politicians in Lebanon that have no legitimacy.
And that perception is not only fueling the bitterness within Lebanon, it could impact how fast aid gets delivered to those who need it.
And unfortunately, this is something that aid agencies tend to deal with in many countries around the world. I think the existing relationships we have with communities and these local civil society groups will play a critical role in this.
With the government hanging on by a thread, it will have to. Mike Drolet, Global News, Toronto.